POMGEN and ANGAU receive help. 12 new COVID-19 cases reported. And Marbe Fisheries against mine tailings.
This is National EMTV Midday News with Jeremy Mogi.
Hello and thanks for joining me on EMTV's Midday News. Port Moresby General Hospital and ANGAU Memorial Hospital are both expected to get a boost in assistance for their cardiologist and cancer units after a memorandum of agreement was signed with the Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited. The MOA will provide a pathway for assistance of up to 65 million kina that will assist in the construction of facilities, purchasing of equipment, and capacity building of doctors and health workers. KPHL Managing Director Wapu Song says the funding will assist in building the capacity aspect of the vital services for the next 3 years. Meanwhile, the hospitals have asked for the government to assist in getting the regulation aspect of Radiation Safety and Control Act that allows hospitals to purchase nuclear matter for cancer treatment set up.
And also start up and repair the cancer facility that has been, over the years fallen apart, basically. And then another 3-4 million a year for the next 2-3 years.
That we've had passed our cancer law, but our regulation is yet to be passed. And the regulation at the moment is with State Sol and NIST. Unless that is passed, we can't really open the lay and what must be cancer treatment centers. And so I want our Prime Minister and our Health Minister to take this issue to the State Sol so the State Sol can move quickly with this so we can now make sure that we license our PMGs and our lay so they can start treating people.
I note, Dr. Tau, your issue on the legal clearances. We will get a clearance, so our cancer in lay should be set up. And later on, we work towards lay, as we go into the future, get up lay again to have heart and other specialist care, and Port Moresby to have cancer and other specialist care also. So our two sides of our country, our patients can be divided between both sides. So.
And now to the current statistics of COVID-19 in the country. As of yesterday, the National Pandemic Response Control Center announced 12 new cases of COVID-19 in the country. All 12 cases are from the Western Province and are related to the Oktedi cluster. This raises the country's total to 359 positive cases reported so far. Of the positive cases, 3 have died, 196 have recovered, and 159 are active cases. To date, 14,438 persons have been tested. The National Development Bank says it is yet to receive funding promised by the government for lending to micro and small to medium enterprises in light of the country's going through the COVID-19 crisis. National Development Bank Managing Director Moses Liu revealed this yesterday during a memorandum of agreement signing between the National Development Bank and the ANGAU provincial government for a credit scheme arranging for agriculture businesses in ANGAU province. Liu confirmed that the government is expected to provide the funding of 80 million kina to the bank.
Unlike in the past where the government provided grant support to the bank to lend with the SME lending program. This particular program is a new program where funding is going to be made available to the bank to lend at very concessional rates to the SME sector and particularly several different sectors in the economy. So it's specific for certain sectors of the economy as well as concessional in nature, very concessional in nature. So that's something different from the existing SME lending program that we have. The amount we're looking at coming from the government very soon is the 80 million kina, yes, so that's confirmed, and obviously that is yet to be received from the government.
You're watching Midday News on EMTV. PNG looks to coal power stations and more local stories after these messages. Stay with us. Welcome back. The Marbe Fisheries Cooperative Association is back in the campaign against the proposed deep-sea tailings disposal from the Wafu-Golpu mine. The association is made up of 34 cooperative societies from the coast and inland Marbe. Acting Chairman Marbe Wape said the proposal of DSTP questions the growth of the fisheries industry in the province.
The Morobe Fisheries Cooperative Association has recently signed an agreement with the Fisheries Department and the National Fisheries Authority to supply fish and sea cucumber. These projects will engage fish farmers in inland Morobe and fishermen along the coastal villages. The acting chairman, Marbe Wape, said the recent deep-sea tailing disposal from Wafu-Golpu project could affect these projects and could also be life-threatening for fishermen.
Suppose we play talk, yes, this is something we say. Or diver by God on kisim piece or kisim sikukamba or drink soda by all kisim background. Or send a new play talk, no.
The stance of the Morobe Fisheries Cooperative Association is similar to that of the Lutheran Church, who has started an awareness campaign against the DSTP proposal. Their cause is to protect the environment, especially the sea and the marine life. The Environment Minister, on the other hand, says there are already impacts in marine life due to climate change, which must be considered. Some locals, however, are still against DSTP in fear of a similar outcome as the people of Basamuk in Medang. Charlene Airy, National EMTV News, Ley.
The launch of the National Energy Policy will now pave the way for coal-powered energy in the country. National Planning Minister Sam Basil, who was previously the Minister for Energy, has stated that the push for the usage of coal would assist in PNG's energy problems. Mare Resources, an Australian-based company who had initiated the push for coal energy, announced on the Australian Stock Exchange that they have been granted a 20-year mining lease for a cement and lime factory in the Central Province. The cement factory would be coal-powered. This assisted in bringing the price of cement down, but also the waste from the coal power station will be used in the production of cement.
Energy policy has all forms and mix of energy mentioned in it already, and it also states that one form of energy is clean coal. Now, we understand that the big economies surrounding us, for example, Australia, in its energy mix, it uses 70% coal. Now, we've got on our north, we have Indonesia. They use 68% coal in the energy mix. Those are the cheap power that they're driving the economy, and they're still leading in economic activities throughout this region. If Papua New Guinea really wants to be competitive at the economic level, by downstreaming our natural resources instead of exporting raw resources, we need energy. And when we need energy, we need cheap and, of course, clean energy. And there are technologies nowadays that uses coal very cleanly, and of course we do have by harvesting of gas and downstreaming of gases here, I think we have more gas available. But you know, in order to burn limestone to make cement, coal will have to be used to burn, not gas, because it will become expensive. So I really want to promote downstreaming and industrializing PNG by using cheap energy.
Almost 500 coffee farmers from Wario in the Finchafen district of Marbe face difficulties transporting their coffee bags to Ley to sell because of the poor road condition. According to a local from the district, Gegere Hedziga, the farmers spend about 260 kina for transport to Ley from the Wario community, and they earn only 250 kina from a bag of coffee after the sale. Farmers are traveling back to Finchafen with no food supplies for their families. Hedziga said the farmers are still struggling because of the bad road condition and lack of transportation.
All farmers don't stop further in where road system had, so also karam kam long plan nearest station. This lap you got one placard tasol and stop na Land Cruiser tasol. So bakaram 15 pla back one pla time, so by first 15 he come, you go back, come back, you go back now. Because the road condition, all can charge him 35, 40 kina per bag. 25 to 30 kina per bag. Na time you pay him this lie, you can pay him ship can you go back and you look at more farmer sim, lig na. Suppose this lie you may subsidize him some like way, or you may put him on black car law yet and by helping big plateau.
And now looking at the NASFund market report, the Kina closed 10 points lower at $0.2870 US in the interbank market this morning. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina is buying $0.2870 US, $0.3817 Australian dollars, $0.2259 euro, and 28.79 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher. Coffee and cocoa closed higher and copper closed lower. Crude oil is trading lower, palm oil closed lower, and copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed at 66.84 points lower. The ASX 200 is trading at 34.00 points higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading at 37.10 points higher. Chukai Sports is next. Stay with us.
Chukai Sports.
Welcome to Chukai Sports. The Kumul Petroleum National Soccer League competition is closing in on the finals with 7 more weeks of competition left, and the top 3 sides are all in contention for the first and second place before the finals. This weekend sees some interesting matchups.
There are 6 more matches before the finals in the Kumul Petroleum National Soccer League. Over the weekend saw Hekari United go down to current competition leaders Ley City FC 1-0. Currently, Hekari sits 3rd on the ladder with Vitias in 2nd place. Ley City and Vitias United are equal on points, but Ley City is ahead on goal difference. It will be interesting this weekend to see how the 3 teams fare in their matches. Ley City will be up against FC Bougainville, who are 3rd last on the ladder. Hekari will take on last placed Kutubu FC, while Vitias United will be up against 4th place Tuspab Stallions. Ley City, after last weekend's win over Hekari under new coach Bob Morris, are confident they can maintain the top spot in the remaining rounds before the finals.
It's a team that has set the benchmark with all the players, big name players in the team. But if we can beat them today, we take each team as they come. We are looking forward to finish off this season on top. So I'm confident with the team.
For Hekari United, it was a tough encounter against Ley City, but team manager Voni Capinato said they still have enough time for a strong showing before the finals. She added that their key signings, Nigel and Raymond, have the opportunity to prove themselves after hefty criticism.
You know, football is football. We have a lot of games more to go. If I'm not wrong, we have another 6 more games, so we can try on that with the faith and confidence that we have. But one thing that you guys have to remember, when I brought in Raymond and Nigel, I brought them in to build their reputation back because they have been ruined through the media from their former owner. And not only playing football, Hekari is a team, and for me as a manager, I want to see them coming back to football, and I want to see their reputation build it.
Sukina, Chukai Sports.
That is Chukai Sports. The weather details coming up next.
Chukai Sports. Chukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
And taking a look at the weather forecast for today. In the southern region, Port Moresby for pastures clearing to fine and sunny. Darrow and Kerama, fine and sunny weather expected. Alotau, partly cloudy morning, clearing to fine and sunny days. While in Popondetta, mostly fine and a sunny day. Over to the Momase region inlay, light morning drizzles and mostly fine to partly cloudy. Medang and Wewak, mostly fine though partly cloudy. Vanimore, partly cloudy with a few showers at times. Across to the New Guinea Islands in ANGAU, partly cloudy morning clearing to a fine and sunny day, a high of 28 degrees. Keviang, fine and sunny. Kokopo, mostly fine. Kimbe, fine and sunny. Buka, morning rain showers easing to cloudy periods and a high of 29. And finally, in the Highlands region, across all centers, morning fog clearing, then mostly fine. Forecast for small crafts within the coastal waters of Papua New Guinea for the next 24 hours. Waters of southern PNG, Indonesian border through Torres Strait, to Daru through the Gulf of Papua to Yule Island, to Hood Point to Samarai Island, with waters of eastern and western Milne Bay Islands, with waters of Samarai Island to East Cape to Cape Vogel through the Huon Gulf, to Finschhafen, with waters of Long Island to Karkar Island, to Wewak to Aitape to the northern PNG Indonesian border, with waters of Manus and its western group of islands, with waters of New Island and Bougainville, and with waters of East and West New Britain, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Finschhafen through the Vitius Dampier Straits to Siassi Long Islands, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Ocean forecast for PNG areas: coral seas, seas slight with east to southeast winds at 10 to 15 knots. Solomon seas, seas slight with southeast to southerly winds at 10 to 15 knots. Bismarck seas, seas slight with southeast winds at 10 to 15 knots. And Pacific Ocean, seas slight with southeast to southerly winds at 10 to 15 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
That's the midday news for today, Thursday, the 20th of August, 2020. Join us at 6 p.m. for our main news bulletin. Bye for now.